Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're a beginner or an intermediate, one of the best drivers you can throw is something that is nice and flippy and has a lot of glide. Well, there's not many drivers that have more glide than the River, so we're going to test out the River and all the plastics. Let's go. Jeremy from Disc Golf Deals USA with numbers 77, -1, 1. Man, that is a lot of glide. The River is a very beginner friendly, intermediate friendly driver. It's one that you can definitely carve up the woods. Gets lots of extra distance out of it for a 7-speed disc. It's really a go-to driver for a lot of people. Well, I got it in 6 different plastics. We're going to test them out and we're going to see if all Rivers are created equal. So first up, we're going to test out the River in base plastic. This is their retro burst plastic. Let's see how this one flies. Oh my gosh, I forgot how much I love the River. Man, that thing just goes for days. Now, one thing I will say about Lat 64's base plastic is usually the discs come out super flat top. That's definitely the case with this one too. This River is definitely way more flat top than all the other ones. All right, now let's go to their Opto line. So I have the Opto plastic and then I also have the Opto Air. Just want to let you know all these discs are in that 172 to 175 gram range, except for the Opto Air. This one is 157 grams. Let's go ahead and throw the Opto Air. Oh my gosh. Yeah, even in that lightweight plastic, it's still very stable. That was definitely more stable than the retro plastic, which is very interesting. All right, now let's go with the Opto. Yeah, look at that nice one fade and turn. Holy cow. Guys, I can't overstate how fantastic the Rivers are. I mean, these are great discs. Now let's go with the gold line. Got a nice little mini tri-fly gold River here. Yes, let's go. Wow. Crazily, so far, the Opto Air has probably got to be the most stable River so far. All right, we still got a couple more. Now we got the gold burst. All right, that one's showing a little bit more flip than the other ones. And last but not least, one of my favorites from Lat 64 is Project Grip. Ooh, all right, that's got pretty good stability on it also. All right, looking pretty good. First initial throws, I gotta say Opto Air and Project Grip are more on the stable side, whereas all the other ones are flying perfect with a nice little turn, nice little fade. So if you're a beginner or an intermediate out there and you haven't found a nice straight flying driver or even distance driver yet, highly, highly, highly recommend the River. Don't be fooled by that 7-speed. That 7-speed will actually go pretty far for you guys. This thing has that 7 glide. I mean, this will easily go further than any destroyer you can find out there. So highly, highly, highly recommend picking up a River. All right, round 2. We're gonna try to lay these nice and flat yet again, and I'm gonna throw them in what I think is least stable to most stable, at least based off of the first throws. So let's go ahead and start with the gold line burst. Yeah, see, that one gets a nice turn out of it. Don't have to force it over at all. Great. Next up, gold line. Yeah, very similar to the gold burst. Nice -1 turn, solid fade. Love it. Next, the retro. Yeah, see that? Gets a good solid turn on it, but look at this fade. Yeah, because of that flat top, it definitely has a tendency to have more of a stronger fade at the end than the gold line. Now we're gonna go to the Opto. Yeah, see, gold, Opto, gold burst, and even that retro are all very similar. I will say the retro didn't glide quite as much as those ones, mainly because it's more flat top. Now let's go to the 2 that I think are more on the overstable side. Weirdly, the Opto Air was flying pretty stable. Let's see if it still is. All right, now we're finally getting some turn out of it. Let's look at the fade. Oh, love it. Yeah, even in that lightweight plastic, that Opto Air is flying more like the Opto, which is kind of fun. You're definitely going to be able to get more distance out of it just because you can put more speed on it because it's lighter. What a fantastic disc. Now let's take a look at the grip. The Project Grip River. Oh man, I kind of threw that one kind of low. Well, good thing is I got a backup Project Grip River. Let's try throwing this one. Yeah, I kind of forced that one over a little bit to get it to turn. Yeah, wow. Gotta say, all these rivers are flying almost the same. I mean, it doesn't matter what plastics you get. Can get the super lightweight one, can get the Project Grip max weight one. They're all giving you that nice turn, nice fade at the end. Super consistent, which is what makes these discs fantastic. The one that really surprised me was that Opto Air. That one's just flying like all the other rivers, which I gotta say, having a disc in that lightweight plastic, it's gonna come out of your hands super quick. So it's gonna be really fun. The only thing you gotta watch out for is lighter weight plastic is more affected by the wind. All right, let's do one more round. In this round, we're gonna do some forehand shots. I'm not one for throwing a lot of forehands. I do like to use the forehand from time to time, but I know a lot of you guys are forehand throwers. So let's see how these fly on forehand. Opto Air up first. Yeah, let's go. What a great beginner-friendly forehand disc. Man, that's what I love rivers for. They just go for days. Gold burst. Yeah, I got a little flip out of that. But man, you can definitely see how straight that goes. Now the gold. There we go. Nice and flat. Little nose up. Now you see why I don't do forehand reviews very often. Super inconsistent with my forehand. All right, retro. Oh yeah, that one flipped up a little bit. Had a little hyzer on it. Love it. And Project Grip. Yeah, slight little flip up to that. Gonna get a nice healthy fade at the end here. Well guys, thanks for tuning in. I gotta say, I was expecting some of these rivers to fly like vastly different than the other ones, but I mean, all 6 of these pretty much flew almost exactly the same. The only big difference I would see is the retro one. I think because it's more flat top, it just doesn't have the dome on the top, so it wasn't as glidey as the rest of them. But all of these were almost flying exactly the same. I would say the Project Grip one, I've got 2 of these. One of them is definitely more overstable. The other one's just kind of like a regular river. So you might get one that is a little bit different, but I mean, super consistent. I mean, that's what we want out of disc manufacturers. We want to have discs that pretty much all fly the same, and Lat 6 seems to be doing a great job with the river. So if you guys are looking for a nice neutral flying straight long distance disc for beginners, intermediate, even advanced players, you're going to love these too. Can't go wrong with the river. It's a fantastic disc. We got all of these available over at Disc Golf Deals USA, so check them out over there. Till I see you next time. Peace out.